LeBron James's trillionaire lifestyle starts at 5:30 in the morning before the sun even thinks about Los Angeles. His eyes open inside a $23 million Brentwood mansion, lying on a sleep-tracking smart bed worth around $100,000. That bed isn't just foam and springs. It's got built-in sensors that monitor his heart rate, breathing patterns, and REM cycles all night long. When his alarm goes off, the bed gradually warms to body temperature to ease him awake without shocking his nervous system. The floor beneath his feet is heated stone, set to exactly 72 degrees. He doesn't walk on cold tile like normal people. Every surface in his bedroom is calibrated for comfort before his feet even touch down. The room itself is kept at a precise 65 degrees overnight, with medical-grade air filtration cycling fresh oxygen every 2 minutes. Even the lighting is smart, soft amber hues that mimic a natural sunrise, programmed to gradually brighten 30 minutes before he wakes. By 5:45, LeBron's already in his cold plunge. A custom-built ice bath sits in his home recovery center, chilled to exactly 38 degrees. He drops in for 10 to 15 minutes, shocking his system awake while flushing inflammation from every muscle. That recovery setup alone cost around $300,000 to install, complete with temperature controls, filtration systems, and LED mood lighting that shifts based on his heart rate. The cold forces blood away from his extremities and toward his core. Then when he steps out, the rush of warm blood back through his muscles acts like a natural flush for lactic acid and cellular waste. It's science mixed with suffering, and LeBron does it every single day. Next to the cold plunge sits a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. It looks like a coffin made of glass and steel. LeBron climbs inside, and the pressure increases, flooding his bloodstream with pure oxygen to speed recovery and boost immune function. The chamber cost roughly $200,000, and it's FDA approved for specific treatments, but LeBron uses it like a daily vitamin. The increased oxygen helps his body repair muscle tissue faster, reduces swelling in his joints, and keeps his energy levels high, even during brutal stretches of back-to-back games. Fighter pilots use these, deep-sea divers use these, and LeBron uses one in his house. By 6:15, he's moved into the red light therapy room. Panels of near-infrared light cover the walls, emitting wavelengths designed to reduce joint pain and muscle soreness at a cellular level. He stands under the glow for 20 minutes, while his body soaks in the healing frequencies. The light penetrates deep into tissue, stimulating mitochondria, the part of cells that produce energy, and accelerating repair. That installation ran close to $80,000. Then comes the Normatec leg compression system. He slides his legs into oversized sleeves that inflate and deflate in rhythmic pulses, squeezing blood back through his muscles like a full-body massage. His trainer swears by it, says it's the reason LeBron's legs still feel fresh after 23 seasons. The system costs about $1,500, but when you're spending $1.5 million yearly on body maintenance, it's pocket change. The sleeves work in zones, compressing from his feet up to his hips in a wave pattern that mimics natural circulation. Athletes call it flushing the legs. And after a game where LeBron logged 40 minutes on the court, this is how he resets. By 7 a.m., breakfast is ready. A private chef has prepared a meal calibrated to his exact macros: egg whites from cage-free hens, wild-caught salmon, organic berries, and cold-pressed green juice. Everything is weighed to the gram. The ingredients are flown in fresh. Nothing comes off a shelf. Every supplement bottle is custom compounded and labeled with his initials, the date, and a barcode that links to his performance data. The labs analyze his blood for micronutrient levels, hormone balance, and inflammation markers, then adjust his daily intake accordingly. If his iron dips, the formula changes. If his cortisol spikes, they add adaptogens. If recovery slows, they tweak his amino acid ratios. A single breakfast costs around $800 when you factor in sourcing, staff, and lab work. He eats on a terrace overlooking the city, while his body continues recovering from the night before. The entire morning routine, from the smart bed to the cold plunge to the chef-prepared meal, runs through close to $5,000 before most people finish their first cup of coffee. LeBron treats mornings like a laboratory experiment, where his body is the test subject and performance is the only result that matters. When you're playing your 22nd NBA season, every variable gets measured, adjusted, and perfected, and control costs money. After breakfast, LeBron heads to the garage, but calling it a garage feels wrong. It's more like a private showroom. Inside, his Brentwood estate sits a rotation of 15 to 20 vehicles, worth several $1 million combined. On any given morning, he's got options, and every single one of them tells a different story. Let's start with the car that turns the most heads. His custom Liberty Walk Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster. This thing is orange and gray, with a wrap called King's Pride, designed specifically for him. The base Aventador Roadster costs around $460,000, but by the time Liberty Walk got done with it, adding custom body kits, wider fenders, aggressive aero, and that one-of-a-kind paint job, the total build hit close to $670,000. The car is a convertible, so when LeBron drops the top, you can hear the naturally aspirated V12 engine scream from 3 blocks away. It hits 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, and tops out over 217, but the wildest part, the entire body kit is hand-riveted vivid, you can see the bolts along the fenders. It's aggressive, loud, and unapologetic. People hear this car 3 blocks before they see it. Then there's his Porsche 918 Spyder, a white hybrid hypercar worth around $845,000 when it was new. LeBron reportedly paid closer to $1.4 million for his in 2020 because the 918 is so rare that prices skyrocketed after production ended. Only 918 were ever built. The car uses a combination of a screaming V8 engine and 2 electric motors to produce over 800 horsepower total. It can run on pure electric power for short bursts, hitting 60 in 2.6 seconds. Or you can unleash the full hybrid system and watch it crack 214 miles per hour. The steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara, the seats are carbon fiber shells, and the entire car weighs less than most SUVs, despite being built like a spaceship when you drive it. The hybrid system silently adjusts power between the front and rear wheels thousands of times per second. The 918 was Porsche's moonshot, a car engineered to prove that hybrids could be faster than pure gas supercars. And it worked. Next up, the Rolls-Royce Phantom, a black luxury sedan worth around $400,000. This one was reportedly a gift from Shaquille O'Neal back in LeBron's early days, and it's still one of the smoothest rides in his fleet. The Phantom is powered by a V12 engine, but you'd never know it. The cabin is so quiet that Rolls-Royce engineers measure interior noise in libraries and then build the car to be quieter than that. The rear seats recline like first-class airplane pods. The wood trim is hand-polished over 200 hours. Even the door handles are designed to close with a signature Rolls-Royce thud that lets you know you just spent $500,000. LeBron's Phantom has a custom interior with cream leather and his initials embroidered into the headrests. The dashboard has a marquetry inlay, a design made from over 100 pieces of hand-cut wood veneer, arranged in a pattern that took craftsmen weeks to complete. When LeBron needs to move like royalty, this is the car. Then there's the Mercedes-Maybach S650, a white ultra-luxury sedan worth about $198,000. This is LeBron's daily driver when he's not trying to make a statement. The S650 is a long wheelbase version of the S-Class, stretched an extra 8 inches to give rear passengers even more legroom. It's powered by a twin-turbo V12 that makes 621 horsepower, but the car is so well insulated you barely hear it. The rear seats have heating, cooling, and massage functions. There's a built-in champagne fridge between the seats. The entire dashboard is wrapped in hand-stitched Nappa leather. The rear passenger compartment has more computing power than most offices. Climate zones, seat adjustments, entertainment systems, all controlled from a tablet mounted in the center console. He also owns an older Mercedes-Maybach 57S from around 2009, customized with a KNGOFOH license plate. That Maybach cost roughly $374,000 when new and came with a 6-liter V12 engine. LeBron used to roll up to games in this car during his first Cleveland stint, and it became iconic. People started associating the Maybach with his king persona. The 57S was over 19 feet long, making it one of the longest sedans ever produced. It weighed nearly 3 tons, but still hit 60 in under 5 seconds. Now let's talk Italian Fury, the Ferrari F430 Spyder. LeBron's is silver, and it cost around $217,000 back in 2008. The F430 Spyder is a mid-engine convertible with a screaming V8 that redlines at over 8,000 RPM. It's one of the last naturally aspirated Ferraris before the brand went turbo, and collectors love it for that raw, unfiltered sound. When you floor it, the exhaust note climbs like a Formula 1 car, high-pitched, mechanical, and completely addictive. LeBron's version was featured on TV during his Miami Heat days, and it's still part of his rotation. Then there's the Ferrari 458 Italia Spyder, a red convertible worth about $245,000. This one stepped up from the F430 with even sharper handling and a 4.5-liter V8 that produces 570 horsepower. The 458 Spyder has a retractable hardtop that folds in 14 seconds, turning it from a coupe into an open-air supercar without losing any structural rigidity. Ferrari only made the 458 for a few years before replacing it, so it's already climbing in value. The steering response is so direct that the car feels like it's reading your mind. Turn the wheel an inch and the nose darts exactly where you want it. And if that wasn't enough Ferrari, LeBron also has a 599 GTB Fiorano in red. This one's a front-engine V12 Grand Tourer worth around $310,000. It's one of only 599 ever built in the GTO edition, making it incredibly rare. The 599 can hit over 200 miles per hour and feels more like a luxury missile than a car. The V12 makes 619 horsepower and produces a sound so deep it rattles your chest. It's the Ferrari you take on long highway drives when you want speed and comfort at the same time. But LeBron's collection isn't all European exotics. He's got serious American muscle too. His Chevrolet Camaro SS from 2010 is matte white and was one of his first big car purchases during his early Cleveland days. It cost around $25,000 new, a bargain compared to his Lamborghini. Lamborghinis, but it still makes over 400 horsepower and sounds like thunder when you hit the gas. The Camaro represents where LeBron came from, affordable American muscle that still commands respect. Then there's his Dodge Challenger SRT8, painted silver with blue Dallas Cowboys racing stripes. LeBron's a massive Cowboys fan, so he had the car custom painted to match the team colors. The Challenger SRT8 makes 470 horsepower from a 6.4-liter Hemi V8, and it cost about $44,000 when new in 2014. It's loud, aggressive, and unapologetically American. The Hemi engine makes a signature rumble that's unmistakable, deep, throaty, and raw. It's the opposite of refined, and that's exactly the point. And we can't forget the classics. LeBron owns a fully restored 1975 Chevrolet Impala convertible in deep blue. He bought it back in 2010 and spent over $100,000 restoring it to mint condition. The original MSRP in 1975 was just over $4,000, but now it's a rolling piece of history. The interior is reupholstered in cream leather, the engine's been rebuilt, and the chrome shines like a mirror. The dashboard still has the original gauges, and the steering wheel is wrapped in vintage wood. It's the car LeBron takes to car shows and charity events, a reminder of where he came from. Then there's the car that started it all, a chrome Hummer H2 from 2003. This was a gift from his mother when he turned 18, right before he entered the NBA draft. The H2 cost around $50,000 new and was wrapped in chrome so bright you could see it from space. It's massive, inefficient, and completely over the top, exactly what an 18-year-old kid from Akron wanted. LeBron still keeps it as a symbol of his first taste of success. The truck weighs over 3 tons and gets about 10 miles per gallon, but LeBron doesn't care. It represents a moment in time when everything changed. For something more refined, he's got a white Bentley Continental GT from 2018, worth about $231,000. The Continental GT is a Grand Tourer, powered by a twin-turbo W12 engine that makes 626 horsepower. The steering wheel is stitched from Scandinavian bullhide. Bentley refuses to use cowhide because cows develop stretch marks and bulls don't. Even the wood trim inside is hand-selected and book-matched, so the grain flows perfectly across the dashboard. The veneer comes from a single tree, cut and arranged so that the pattern mirrors itself across the center console. Every detail costs extra, and LeBron paid for all of them. He also owns a Porsche 911 Turbo S Cabriolet from 2019, a black convertible worth around $210,000. The 911 Turbo S is one of the fastest production cars on the planet, hitting 60 in 2.6 seconds with a top speed over 205, but it's also comfortable enough to daily drive, which is why it's one of LeBron's favorites. The retractable soft top drops in 13 seconds, and the all-wheel drive system makes it feel glued to the road even at triple-digit speeds. Porsche engineered the Turbo S to be usable in any condition. Rain, snow, dry pavement, it just grips and goes. And then there's the oddball, a white Kia K900 from 2015. LeBron endorsed this car. The K900 was Kia's attempt at a luxury flagship sedan, and it cost around $60,000. LeBron drove it as part of a sponsorship deal and actually liked it enough to keep one. It's proof that even billionaires appreciate a good value. Most recently, LeBron added a white GMC Hummer EV to his collection. This thing is an all-electric pickup/SUV that costs between $99,000 and $107,000 depending on the config. It's got a removable roof, off-road capability, and over 1,000 horsepower from its electric motors. The Hummer EV can hit 60 in around 3 seconds, despite weighing over 9,000 pounds. The battery pack alone weighs more than an entire Honda Civic, but the 3 electric motors produce instant torque that launches the truck like a slingshot. It's a zero-emission super truck, and LeBron was one of the first to get one. Altogether, LeBron's car collection is worth somewhere between $4 and $5 million, spread between garages in Ohio, Florida, and Los Angeles. Some of them get driven weekly, others sit under covers, started once a month just to keep the engines alive. Every car in his garage marks a different chapter, from the chrome Hummer his mom gave him at 18 to the Porsche hypercar he bought at the peak of his powers. After practice, LeBron doesn't head to a hotel or an apartment. He heads to one of his mansions, and he's got several to choose from. His real estate empire spans Ohio, Florida, and California, with at least 6 major properties worth over $80 million combined. Let's start where it all began, Akron, Ohio. In 2003, right after getting drafted, LeBron bought a property in Bath Township for $2.1 million, but he tore it down and built a completely custom mansion from scratch. The new estate is over 30,000 square feet and worth well over $10 million today. Inside, it's got 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and amenities that sound like a resort. There's a 2-lane bowling alley, a full recording studio, a private movie theater with tiered seating, and a projector that rivals actual cinemas, an aquarium built into the wall, a barbershop, a sports bar with TVS lining every wall, and a 2-story walk-in closet bigger than most people's bedrooms. The house is designed to feel like home. Akron's where LeBron grew up, and this mansion sits just miles from the apartment complex where he and his mom finally found stability. It's a monument to how far he's come, built on the exact ground where the dream started. The property sits on multiple acres with full security, cameras, motion sensors, and a guardhouse at the entrance. Then there's his Los Angeles real estate, which tells a different story. In 2015, LeBron paid $21 million for a 6-bedroom estate in Brentwood. That house had 8 bathrooms, a pool, a home theater, and views of the Pacific Ocean. He lived there for a few years, then sold it in 2021 for around $19.6 million, a rare loss. But LeBron wasn't worried, because by that point, he'd already upgraded. In 2017, he bought a second Brentwood mansion for $23.5 million. This one's even bigger. 8 bedrooms, modern architecture, a full gym, spa-quality bathrooms, and outdoor terraces that overlook the city. The property sits on over an acre of land and has enough space to host his entire family and staff without anyone feeling cramped. It's currently worth close to $25 million and still serves as one of his main residences. But the crown jewel, the property that defines LeBron's real estate empire, is his Beverly Hills compound. In 2020, LeBron paid $36.8 million for a 2.72-acre hilltop estate, and he immediately tore down the existing mansion. The house he bought was a 1930s estate, beautiful by any standard, but LeBron had bigger plans. He's currently building 2 brand new mega mansions on the property from the ground up. The main house will be 16,000 square feet with a 7,700 square foot underground garage. It'll have a resort-style pool, outdoor kitchen, solar panels, and a spa complex. The second structure is a 6,500 square foot guest house with its own movie theater, plunge pools, and massive terrace. The compound will be surrounded by 10-foot perimeter walls for privacy, with a 209 square foot guardhouse at the entrance staffed by full-time security. The driveway will be gated and monitored 24/7. Construction is still underway, but once finished, this will be one of the most exclusive estates in Los Angeles. The entire project is estimated to be worth well over $50 million when complete. LeBron also owned property in Miami during his Heat years. In 2010, he bought a waterfront estate in Coconut Grove for $9 million. The house had 6 bedrooms and sat right on the water with private dock access. He sold it in 2015 for $13.4 million, a nice profit after winning 2 championships there. More recently, in 2022, LeBron spent around $9 million on a luxury beachfront condo in Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. The unit is a 2-story penthouse at the estates at Aquilina, one of the most exclusive high-rises in South Florida. It's got panoramic ocean views, private elevator access, and resort-style amenities like infinity pools and a full-service spa. Every property LeBron owns is maintained year-round by full-time staff, gardeners, housekeepers, security, and property managers. Even when he's not there, the homes are kept camera-ready. The cost to maintain all of this, easily several $millions per year in taxes, insurance, utilities, and payroll. Here's what makes LeBron's real estate different from most athletes. Each property serves a specific purpose. The Akron mansion keeps him connected to his roots. The Brentwood and Beverly Hills estates give him privacy and luxury in LA, where he plays. The Florida properties let him escape to the beach when he needs a break. LeBron's not collecting houses to impress anyone. He's building an empire where he can live, work, and raise his family on his own terms. Now you'd think a guy with a $50 million car collection and $80 million in real estate would own a private jet, right? Wrong. Despite what you've seen on social media, LeBron James does not own a plane. A viral post once claimed he had a $22 million Gulfstream G280, complete with custom interiors and gold trim. LeBron saw it and immediately shut it down. Cap, he wrote on social media. Take me off this list. He demanded the post be deleted because it wasn't true. So how does LeBron travel? He charters private jets for cross-country flights, away games, and international trips. LeBron books high-end charter services that let him fly in luxury without the cost of owning and maintaining his own plane. Owning a jet means paying for hangar space, full-time pilots, insurance, and maintenance. Expenses that can run several million per year. LeBron's smart enough to know that chartering makes more financial sense. He gets the same experience, luxury seating, private terminals, on-demand schedules, without the overhead. The jets he charters are typically Gulfstream G650s or Bombardier Globals, the same models billionaires and CEOs fly. These planes cost between $55 and $75 million to buy, but renting them runs around $10,000 to $15,000 per flight hour for a cross-country trip from LA to New York. That's about 5 hours in the air, so around $50,000 to $75,000 one way. It's expensive, sure, but nowhere near the cost of owning. And LeBron's not just flying solo. When he travels, he brings an entourage, his personal trainer, his chef, his business manager, security, and sometimes his family. The chartered jets are configured with luxury recliners, full-service kitchens, and sleeping quarters so he can rest mid-flight. Some even have onboard Wi-Fi and entertainment systems that let him stream games or work on Spring Hill projects while he's in the sky. But LeBron's luxury travel doesn't stop at planes. When he's on vacation, he goes all in. After the 2022 season, LeBron whisked his family to the Four Seasons private island in the Maldives. They flew in by seaplane and stayed in an ultra-exclusive overwater villa with private beaches, infinity pools, and personal butler service. Reports say the trip cost upwards of $100,000 for just a few days. But for LeBron, it was worth it. In 2018, he vacationed on the Amalfi Coast in Italy with his wife Savannah and their kids. They chartered a luxury yacht in Positano and cruised along the coastline, stopping at private beaches and 5-star restaurants. The yacht rental alone ran close to $50,000 per day, and they stayed for over a week. LeBron's also been spotted in the south of France, the Greek islands, and tropical resorts in the Caribbean. Each trip involves 5-star accommodations, private islands, whole villa rentals, and 7-star hotels, where even the towels cost more than most people's wardrobes. LeBron travels with his personal chef to maintain his strict diet even on vacation. He brings trainers to keep up his recovery routines. He hires private security to ensure his family's safety, and every detail, from the villa's location to the activities planned, is curated by a team of travel planners. One birthday, he celebrated at a luxury villa in the south of France, complete with a private chef, yacht access, and panoramic views of the Mediterranean. Another time, he rented an entire beachfront resort so his family could have total privacy. The cost of these trips, easily several $millions per year when you add up flights, accommodations, staff, and activities. The price tag never enters the conversation. LeBron pays whatever it takes to create memories with his family in places where they can actually breathe without paparazzi hunting them. Because when you're one of the most famous athletes on earth, true peace is priceless. And if you can charter a yacht or rent a private island to get it, you do. LeBron's family is at the center of everything, and he spends accordingly. He's married to his high school sweetheart, Savannah, and they have 3 kids: Bronny, Bryce, and Juri. Every part of their lives is funded without hesitation. Let's start with the kids. In 2018, LeBron built his daughter Juri her own miniature mansion in the backyard of their Brentwood estate. She was 4 years old at the time. The playhouse is a scaled-down replica of their $23 million home, complete with a tiny kitchen, dining area, furniture, and even working lights. The whole thing cost upwards of $50,000 to design and build. It's not a treehouse. It's a fully constructed mini mansion for a preschooler. Then there's the gifts. LeBron recently surprised his son Bryce with a $250,000 Cartier crash skeleton watch. The watch is made of rare pink gold and features a hand-assembled skeleton movement. Only a handful of these watches exist, and most collectors wait years to even get on the list. LeBron just bought one and gave it to his teenage son. Bronny, his oldest, drives luxury cars and wears custom sneakers that haven't even been released to the public yet. All 3 kids attended Sierra Canyon School in Los Angeles, an elite private academy with tuition running up to $44,000 per year. The school is known for producing top-tier athletes and sending kids to Ivy League universities. LeBron made sure his sons had access to the best coaches, trainers, and academic support money could buy. Bryce even played baseball with professional-level coaching before focusing on basketball. Beyond school, LeBron's kids are tutored privately by educators flown in from around the world. Their holiday celebrations are extravagant: private villa rentals, chartered yachts, and 5-star resorts. And every experience is designed to give them the kind of childhood LeBron never had. Despite the wealth, LeBron's instilled real discipline in his kids. Bronny and Bryce both work hard at basketball, knowing their last name comes with expectations. And LeBron's been public about teaching them the value of earning success, not just inheriting it. Still, the family's lifestyle is undeniably lavish. LeBron employs a full-time staff to manage their day-to-day lives, personal chefs who prepare meals tailored to each family member's dietary needs, housekeepers who maintain their mansions, drivers who handle transportation, and security teams that follow them everywhere. LeBron's rumored to spend around $1 to $1.5 million per year on his biohacking regimen alone. Nutritionists, recovery specialists, supplements, and high-tech equipment, but that number doesn't even include what he spends on his family's health and wellness. Savannah has her own trainer, stylist, and glam team. The kids have access to physical therapists and sports psychologists. Even their vacations include wellness components, private yoga instructors, spa treatments, and meditation coaches. Everything is first class. Everything is optimized. And nothing is too expensive if it keeps the family healthy, happy, and together. LeBron's building a life for his kids that he never had growing up. One where they don't have to worry, don't have to struggle, and don't have to wonder where the next meal's coming from. But LeBron's wealth didn't come from basketball alone. Sure, he's made over $385 million in NBA salaries across 22 seasons. But his real fortune, the $1 billion+ comes from what he built off the court. LeBron's business empire is a masterclass in leverage, equity, and long-term thinking. Let's start with the foundation, Nike. LeBron signed with Nike in 2003 when he was 18 years old, turning down bigger offers from Reebok and Adidas because he saw Nike as the better long-term partner. He was right. In 2015, after more than a decade of signature shoes and massive sales, LeBron signed a lifetime deal with Nike. The contract is rumored to be worth over $1 billion total and currently pays him about $32 million per year. That's more than most NBA players make in salary, and LeBron gets it just for existing. But Nike isn't his only play. LeBron was an early investor and brand ambassador for Beats by Dre, the headphone company founded by Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. In 2014, Apple acquired Beats for $3 billion. LeBron's small equity stake reportedly netted him around $700 million from that single deal. Let that sink in. LeBron made more from one tech investment than most athletes make in their entire careers. Then there's Blaze Pizza. In 2012, LeBron walked away from a $15 million endorsement deal with McDonald's to instead invest in Blaze Blaze, a fast casual pizza chain that was just starting out. He paid less than $1 million for about a 10% stake. Today, Blaze has over 300 locations across North America, and LeBron's ownership is valued at around $30 million. He didn't just invest, he promoted. LeBron showed up at Blaze locations, worked behind the counter, and handed out free pizzas to fans. He turned it into a cultural moment, and the brand exploded. In 2020, LeBron and his business partner Maverick Carter founded the Spring Hill Company, a media and entertainment firm that produces TV shows, documentaries, and films. Spring Hill was built by merging 3 of LeBron's existing companies: his marketing agency, his athlete platform Uninterrupted, and his production house Spring Hill Entertainment. In 2021, Spring Hill raised funding at a $725 million valuation. LeBron remains the largest shareholder, and his stake is estimated to be worth around $300 million. Spring Hill produced Space Jam: A New Legacy, which grossed over $160 million worldwide, plus documentaries and series on Netflix and HBO. The company also created The Shop, an unscripted talk show filmed in a barbershop where LeBron and guests discuss sports, culture, and business. The show became a hit on HBO and YouTube, pulling millions of views per episode. Then there's his ownership stake in Fenway Sports Group. In 2021, LeBron and Maverick Carter exchanged their minority stake in Liverpool FC for about 1% of FSG, the parent company that owns the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool Fenway Park, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. LeBron's 1% stake is valued at roughly $90 million. He's publicly said he wants to own an NBA team one day, and this is his stepping stone, learning how sports ownership works from the inside. LeBron's also invested in smaller ventures: Tonal, the smart home gym system; Ladder, a supplements brand he co-founded with Arnold Schwarzenegger; and a handful of tech startups. Each investment is strategic. Each one gives him equity instead of a quick paycheck, and that's the secret to LeBron's billion-dollar fortune. While other athletes cash out early, LeBron plays the long game, and it's paid off in ways most people can't even imagine. Forbes estimates his off-court earnings at over $1 billion, and that number keeps growing every year, because LeBron's not just playing basketball, he's building generational wealth. When LeBron's not training or running his empire, he's flexing in a different way, through style, and his closet is worth a fortune on its own. LeBron's known for his sharp fashion sense, custom-tailored suits, high-end streetwear, and luxury accessories that most people will never even see in person. He's a brand ambassador for Audemars Piguet, one of the most exclusive watchmakers in the world. His collection includes multiple AP models, the Royal Oak Carbon, the Legacy, and limited edition Grand Prix pieces. Some of these watches are worth over $100,000 each, and LeBron rotates them like sneakers. The Royal Oak is an icon, a stainless steel luxury sports watch with an octagonal bezel and exposed screws. That's been a status symbol since the 1970s. LeBron's version is the Carbon Edition, made from forged carbon that makes the watch nearly indestructible while keeping it light as a feather. He also wears custom suits from Tom Ford, Ralph Lauren, and Tom Brown, each one tailored specifically to his measurements. A single Tom Ford suit can run upwards of $10,000 to $30,000, depending on the fabric and customization. LeBron's got dozens of them. In 2015, he and Maverick Carter even opened Unknown, a boutique streetwear store in Miami that carries exclusive apparel, limited edition sneakers, and designer collaborations. The store became a cultural hub, and LeBron used it to showcase his personal style while building yet another business. LeBron's sneaker game is legendary too. Nike creates a new signature LeBron shoe every season, and he reportedly gets custom pairs on demand, colorways, and designs that never hit retail. His shoe closet alone is probably worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But LeBron's personal style is part of his brand. Every outfit, every watch, every public appearance is carefully curated to reinforce the image of excellence, discipline, and success. At this level, wealth stops being about buying things. It becomes about impact. And that's where LeBron shifts from luxury to legacy. Despite all the mansions, cars, and watches, what LeBron's building off the court might matter even more. In Akron, Ohio, LeBron opened the I Promise School in 2018, a public school designed specifically for at-risk kids. The school provides free tuition, meals, uniforms, bikes, and even college scholarships through the University of Akron for every student who graduates. LeBron personally funds much of the program, and the school has become a model for how athletes can give back to their communities. It's a genuine effort to help kids who are growing up the way he did. He's also donated millions to various causes, funding hospitals in Ohio, covering surgeries for sick children, and supporting disaster relief efforts. When natural disasters hit, LeBron's often one of the first to wire money directly. No campaigns, no press releases, just action. And he's planning something even bigger. Insiders say LeBron's working on a global foundation focused on education, children's hospitals, and sports development. The goal is to create a system that outlives him, a legacy built not on trophies, but on the lives he changes. Because here's the truth about LeBron's trillionaire lifestyle. Every cold plunge, every smart bet, every custom supplement is part of a system designed to extend his career as long as humanly possible. Every car, every mansion, every watch is proof that the kid from Akron made it, and every business deal, every investment, every equity stake is a move to ensure his family never has to struggle the way he did. He turned discipline into a lifestyle, obsession into optimization, and success into something generational. While most people optimize for ease, LeBron optimizes for dominance. LeBron James's lifestyle isn't just wealth, it's proof of what happens when talent meets meets discipline, when opportunity meets preparation, and when obsession meets purpose. He lives in mansions that look like resorts, drives cars that sound like thunder, and spends millions per year just maintaining the machine. Because when excellence becomes your baseline, you don't just live differently, you live forever.